This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors and Locked On 49ers postcast as well. But today, man, the Giants, you guessed it, another day, another loss for this absolutely pathetic, lifeless team right now. Swept for the third time in their 4 series since the All-Star break, falling today to the Pittsburgh Pirates in extra innings. But it didn't have to be that way, man. Boneheaded baseball prevails, and another boneheaded play on the field resulted in the go-ahead run scoring for the Pirates as Ryan Walker seemed to completely forget he had a runner at third base and threw to second on a comebacker, allowing the runner to score from third. Meanwhile, Tyler Rogers was shipped off to the New York Mets ahead of the trade deadline, and the Giants seem to have picked a lane, which is the one thing we've been begging them to do. It looks like the Giants are going to sell at this trade deadline, and for starters, for the first trade that they are making of this trade deadline, they got an absolute haul back for Tyler Rogers. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. Make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. My guy, Ben Kaspick, does a great job. And today, I mean, just absolutely painful stuff from the Giants. I mean, just miserable work from this team. To get swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates is a new level of low for this Giants team this year. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. I spent last night's show I just kind of let it rip on Bob Melvin and my thoughts with where the Giants are headed in the future, the rest of this season and next year as well. I do not think Bob Melvin has shown you anything to consider bringing him back next year, even though they already picked up his contract extension. I don't know how you can justify bringing this guy back if he's completely unable to reach this team at any point in the season and unable to get the Giants back on track. Just does not make sense to me. But for today, let's get through today's game. I mean, I'm point being by me saying that is I'm kind of out of gas on the hate that I have spewing out of my body for this team. Like I don't got any more hate to spew today. I want to be angry. I want to like get mad and deliver you guys like the hot takes that you're expecting from the show, but it's just the same thing, man. It's the same thing I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. This team is lifeless. Nobody's listening to Bob Melvin in that locker room. He's completely lost that locker room. There's no spark. I don't know how this guy can go out there and lead this group of men to anything positive at this point. So at this point, it's just very, very frustrating. And I know the players got to, live up to what they're being paid, to what their expectations are. I see Robert in the chat right now. Why blame Melvin? People also blame Kapler because they both were culpable in this problem. I mean, Bob Melvin, as a manager in baseball, other than managing your bullpen, your biggest number one job is to get guys going, like to get guys in good positions for themselves to succeed and to ignite a spark in that locker room to lead a group of men. Like that's basically the number one job of a head coach in any professional sports setting is to be a leader. Bob Melvin not acting like a damn leader to me. Like, I don't know what you're watching to give you any inclination that this guy is doing any part of his job well. There's nothing that he's doing that gives you any hope or confidence going forward. But for today, I mean, the Giants didn't do, again, anything to make you think that this bad stretch of play is going to stop anytime soon. Oh, by the way, they are now officially under 500, 54 and 55. And this offense, again, just one run. They only had 6 hits. Again, just absolutely terrible. 7 left on base, 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. However, you only score 1 run. This offense is perplexingly bad. Like this is just putrid stuff to watch from the Giants offense. Although they did have some opportunities in this one and even had an opportunity in extra innings. Let's break it down. I mean, really, this one was pretty boring all the way through. Logan Webb did have a nice bounce back start. It's good to see him, do Logan Webb things again, because he's been really not himself in his last couple outings. So that was the one positive for the Giants. And just because of that, the only positive for the Giants is Logan Webb. So by default, he gets today's player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And I don't know who else we would give it to. I mean, it's got to be Logan Webb. Everybody else on this team was really terrible today. Absolutely terrible. Dom Smith, 2 for 4, serviceable day. That's it. Logan Webb and then everybody else sucked. I mean, it's basically how it went for the Giants. And in extra innings, I mean, the bullpen, I guess, pitched pretty well too, because they did not give up any runs in this one until the very, very final inning of work, where Ryan Walker makes a big mistake in the top of the 10th inning. You got one out and you got runners at the corners, and a little dribbler, a little tapper is hit right back to Ryan Walker. And this guy doesn't even look at third base. You got O'Neal Cruz at third base, one of the fastest players in all of baseball, one of the most aggressive base runners in all of baseball. You know that this guy is going to probably take a pretty aggressive secondary lead and start to get down that third baseline thinking about scoring on anything on the ground, because he's O'Neal Cruz, and that's what he does. Ryan Walker seemed to just not even, he did not even look at the runner. And again, we're going back to Little League Baseball. What do you do when you get a ground ball with a runner at third in a tie game and less than 2 outs? First thing you do, you check the runner at third. Number one thing. I have learned that since I was 7 years old, 6 years old. I don't know how the hell you can be a professional Major League Baseball player and not remember this basic strategy. It is the same thing that we saw last night from Elliot Ramos getting off the bag on an infield fly rule. What the hell is going on with this team? You want to talk about bad management? That right there, those 2 moments, what you saw today from Ryan Walker and what you saw from Elliot Ramos with the infield fly situation. Yeah, it's on the player to know that, but it's also on the managers and coaching staff in general to remind guys what the situation is, because they clearly cannot be trusted to remember it on their own. You have to make sure that everybody knows what their job is. Everybody on the field knows what their job is at all times. And Bob Melvin, again, and the rest of the coaching staff really letting the Giants down on that front as well. Again, Bob Melvin's not standing there on the bump with a glove, getting that comebacker and turning around and throwing to second base. That's all Ryan Walker doing things that he shouldn't be doing. But it is on this coaching staff to remind these guys of what they need to do in these situations. Because, again, do you trust the Giants to make the right play? Absolutely not. Why would you just assume that these guys are going to go out there and do what they are supposed to do? And, while we're talking about it, we got to label that Ryan Walker blunder as today's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And I mean, you had to make this the turning point for this game, because I mean, it really did seem like the Giants were just neck and neck with the Pirates. 2 pitiful teams, 2 putrid teams that couldn't decide which one wanted to lose more. And the Giants, in that moment, Ryan Walker said, we want this loss. We really don't want to win this game and stay over 500. We're down with getting swept for the 3rd time in our last 4 series. The only team that the Giants were able to win a game against since the All-Star break was the Atlanta Braves, who are like 15 games under 500. And really, the Braves, I mean, just kind of gifted the Giants those wins by having such poor pitching, and the Giants offense erupted in those games. And I think you really saw in those games, it wasn't the Giants winning, it was the Braves being really bad. And for some reason, I guess what we learned today is that the Pirates are maybe right now a slightly better team than the San Francisco Giants, though both are just putrid. Both are just really awful right now. But the difference in this series has been the boneheaded baseball blunders that the Giants have just been dishing out left and right. I mean, this is now basically the identity of this team. At the beginning of the year, it was a team that didn't make errors. It was a team that made the right plays, put the ball in play when they needed to, and put pressure on other teams to make the right decision. Now, the Giants couldn't make a right decision to save their life. Like, gun to the head, the Giants are making the wrong choice, and that's not a good situation to be in. But hey, at least the Giants picked a lane at the trade deadline. It looks to me that the Giants are going to be selling. The really, really big news today coming out of this one is that the Giants traded Tyler Rogers. And that may seem like a small deal, or maybe not like the biggest news of the day, but when you look at what they got in return for this trade, man, it is a lot. And when I saw this trade break, I was not a fan. I did not want to see Tyler Rogers leaving the Giants. I know his contract's expiring, but he's a guy that I just like having in the orange and black. He's a guy that I like watching. He's one of the few Giants that I actually enjoy going out to the yard and watching pitch. So we got to break that trade down next here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Got to get into what you'll be talking about as well. Both of those things coming up next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by Gametime. We've all been there, logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping, and that's where Gametime comes in. And thank God, because I was in this exact same spot just a couple weeks ago, trying to get tickets for the Dead & Company's 60th anniversary at Golden Gate Park, which is this weekend. And man, I missed out on those initial release. And thankfully, Gametime makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% with their killer last-minute deals. And Gametime saved me a whole heck of a lot of money on these Dead & Company tickets. Go to Gametime right now, check them out, and make sure that you're getting in on these great deals, on these last-minute prices, so that you too can go hang out with 60,000 of our closest friends out in Golden Gate Park this weekend. I'll be out there with a few other Giants postcast frequent flyers such as Paulie McCaffrey and others, and it'll be a great time. So make sure you go to Gametime to get your tickets, take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And today's show is also sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, if it's me out there, I'm telling you what, man, I'm not sinking very many birdies. I love golf. I am not very good at it. It's just a fun excuse to get out of the house for 5-ish hours and go take a nice walk in some nice nature and hang out with the friends. It's a great time, and it's even better with 5 Hour Energy. And let's be honest, some days on the course, on or off the course, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. And you might think Triple E is just always energetic and he's always just going on 10. And that's not just natural, man. Like I have to have the caffeine or else I can't bring you guys the show. I can't even function as a normal person in life, really, without the caffeine. And so 5 Hour Energy helps so much keep me locked in throughout the day, and especially out there on the golf course, or at least attempt to get as locked in as I can. Golf is about good times with good people and good flavors. Of course, the grape ginger lime flavor gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down that bev cart. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com. You can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion flavor 5 Hour Energy shots today. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and I'm trying to keep up with this chat today, man. But you guys are just all over the place. There's so many people in the chat. I mean, I see my guy Walter Iqbal joining us today. Shout out Walter, my old coworker from KMBR, saying that the Giants might be prepared for some of these situations. Right underneath, like 4 different people saying fire the mummy, fire Bob Melvin. I mean, it's vitriol in Giants land right now. But we do have one thing that I think we can all get behind, and that is the Tyler Rogers trade at the deadline. And don't get me wrong, Tyler Rogers has been an absolutely phenomenal Giant during his time with the Giants. I mean, his ERA, 2.79 career ERA, 0 IL stints, and he's had a major league high 379 innings pitched in 375 games since 2020. He goes off to the New York Mets, and he gets a chance to compete for something real this baseball season, this MLB season. The Giants, in return, they get Blade Tidwell, which, first of all, Blade is just a top-tier name, top-tier movie. Also, if you have not seen the Blade franchise, what are you doing with your life? I absolutely love those movies, so go check them out, first of all, because the Giants aren't nearly as entertaining right now as those Blade movies. You also get a couple other guys. Jose Buto, he's currently up with the big league squad. He's an all right pitcher. He's about a middle of the road reliever. But Tidwell, he's very, very, very highly touted prospect from the Met system. And you also get Drew Gilbert. Both Gilbert and Tidwell are at the AAA level. Both are 24 years old. Both former SEC players when they were in college. And both of these guys were in the top 12 in the New York Mets farm system. Now, the Giants farm system rankings already are updated, which this trade happened mid-game. So shout out the Giants for getting all this stuff upgraded already. Tidwell slides in as the number 12 prospect in the Giants farm, and Gilbert slides in as number 13, which is about where these guys were ranked in the Mets farm system. But you think that you looking at both of these guys, they look like they will be both major league ready pretty soon, if not almost immediately. I mean, the Giants also DFA Sean Jelly to make room on the roster for this move. And I got to say, I'm not upset with what the Giants are getting back in return. I mean, it's been a up and down ish season for Tidwell in AAA, ERA over 4, but he's got 87 strikeouts. And that's pretty solid, man. Over 79 innings pitched and only 32 walks. I will absolutely take that. Gilbert, meanwhile, former number 1 overall prospect in the Astros farm system pre-injury. He had some injuries later on and that after he was drafted that kind of derailed him a little bit. But I still like the way that this guy profiles. The Giants obviously need some guys at all these positions, at pitcher and in the outfield. Maybe this is a eventual Mike Yastrzemski replacement that they get, and another guy that they can slide into the starting rotation next season. So we will see where these guys pan out, or how these guys pan out for the Giants. And also, Tyler Rogers is on an expiring deal. You still have the chance to re-sign him in this upcoming offseason. And I will be very, very, very shocked if the Giants do not continue to sell. I see my guy Walter back in the chat. Giants better trade Doval and Ray tomorrow, and me and Walt are in absolute lockstep on this. I mean, you absolutely have to continue to sell. I do not want to see them go out and buy after this. I mean, there's nothing that you can buy for this season that's going to really do anything for this team, that's going to change the outcome of this season. But you can absolutely make next year a whole hell of a lot better if you get rid of Camilo Doval right now. And that's a move that I think the Giants can weather, because they have so many solid arms, solid young arms in relief that you can slide in there on the back end of the bullpen. Randy Rodriguez seems like a natural closer to me. I mean, he's got the stuff for it. I absolutely think that is going to be his role in the future if the Giants move Doval. We also got to trade Robbie Ray. And I know that might be an unpopular move or decision for a lot of Giants fans. But this guy, I mean, his value is never going to be higher. Robbie Ray has never pitched a full season post Tommy John. He's already up to like the 5th most innings of his career pitched. And he's just absolutely on top of his trade value will absolutely never be higher than it is right now. Teams will shell out for a lefty starter that has the numbers that he does. And I think that's the move you got to make. I think you absolutely have to continue to sell. If you can move Wilmer Flores, if you can move Mike Yastrzemski, get rid of them too. Basically, the only guys who you shouldn't trade are the core that you know that you're going to have going forward. Elliot Ramos, Rafael Devers, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, Jung-Hoo Lee. Anybody else, in my opinion, can get traded. And that includes Pat Bailey. That includes Casey Schmidt. I mean, I don't think either of these guys have shown you anything to say, I need to hang on to them for the future. But overall, you got to like the haul that the Giants got. I mean, these 2 prospects that they got in return absolutely beef up the Giants farm system. And the fact that they are so close to being major league ready is a big plus as well. So moving off an expiring contract for a middle reliever to get two different prospects, a starter and a position player and outfielder that can be starting as soon as next year for this team. I think that this is an absolute win for the Giants. And you also have the opportunity potentially to bring ROGERS back next year as well, which I really hope they bring the Frisbee thrower back because, as I said, I just really like watching him pitch in a Giants uniform. He's been so solid for the Giants since they got him, and he's just a great part of this team, of this clubhouse, of the lexicon of Giants baseball. So hopefully this isn't the last we've seen of Tyler ROGERS in a Giants uniform. Hopefully he comes back at the end of the season. But I'm happy with what this team has done so far, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do before the trade deadline hits tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern. It is an off day for the Giants tomorrow. They're traveling to New York now, right after this game. So they'll be on the road, and maybe they'll even see old friend Tyler ROGERS pitching against them in this upcoming series that they will play. Time will tell what this move means for the Giants. But as of right now, I am very excited about it, and they better not stop selling. It's all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. There is just, so many of you everydayers in the chat today. I'm a little overwhelmed by how much the chat has just been going off all day long. Literally hundreds of comments. I have not been able to keep up with all of them. So shout out all of you guys for chiming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And hopefully you guys will join us next time. We'll be coming to you live again on Friday as the Giants take on the Mets in the first game of a 3-game set. Actually, my mistake. We will not be having a show this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a good time to inform you guys of this. I will be going to, as I said in that Game Time read, I will be going to the Dead and Company all 3 days at Golden Gate Park. It is literally about a 5-minute walk from my house. There is no way I can miss this show. If you know anything about Triple E, you know I love the Dead. So I'm going to be out there all weekend soaking it up. And are you guys really going to miss me too much? You know what the Giants are probably going to do against the Mets, but you'll still have the Daily Show, the Locked On Giants Daily Show, to bring you the breakdowns of all the trades that are going on. So make sure that you're tuning in there, and we'll be right back at it on Monday of next week. So no more shows for the rest of this week or this weekend. We'll be back at it on Monday. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And also I see my guy Dom right as I'm signing off. Dom says, Triple E, we'll miss you, dude. Dom, we're supposed to see each other at the Dead and Company show. What do you mean you're going to miss me, buddy? You'll see me on Friday. And with that, we'll get on out of here. That's all we got for you on the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel. We'll see you next time. Peace.